Okay, so I have been struggling with Entity Framework and in specific trying to add a vector column for the Postgres database so that I am able to eventually use semantic search to be able to identify which advertisement is going to be best for a given user based off of the video which they are watching. So I have been struggling with this all day today, and I have run into a fair amount of issues. So first off, vector does not exist within Postgres natively. So we need to do something which is like adding that to Entity Framework to tell Entity Framework to tell Postgres to add that functionality or that extension, I believe it was called. Then once we do that, we need to then do something else, which was in the main function or the main, my main, and I don't know what that was doing. I was just kind of following along. I was trying to get something that worked first and then investigate, but it's nothing is working right now. So I'm thinking that maybe we front load and look at it now and then later try to get it working. Then there was something else that was going wrong, which was my, let's see, when I was trying to run the code, I was getting into an error, and there were two errors. One was a circular dependency injection problem. The other one was that my code didn't have the or my SQL database didn't have the column which was for those description and vector. So I added two columns, and so that my program was not happy about that. Tried to fix that through migrations, and that continually failed. So now I think what I'm going to try to do is go into my project. I'm going to understand possibly what this does. The other thing that I could do is can you give me a prompt to paste into Agentic Copilot to get it to, well, what do I want it to do? I want it to fix my problem to get the vectorization working, get my database to have those two columns, and to get all of the problems which we were experiencing solved. Okay. I'll try this, possibly. You need full architectural context the agent needs to know. Okay. So it should, the prompt. Okay. Task is fix a .NET entity PG migration. So this PG vector allows us to actually go and create the vector item within the database. Okay. Multi-project solution. Manually ensure the database schema is updated. So we actually don't need this because it has context. I'm adding this with a column and a description here. Even though is installed .NET fails with requirement data model, update the add class in the shared uses I don't know if this is the correct one because I don't know if this is what we actually want to do. I don't know. I'm a little bit sick of this problem right now. Okay, whatever. Can you once again go through all of the steps to add the vectorization to my project? Start from the blank project which I have my SQL adds without any vectorization. And then maybe I'm just going to see where things are going. So first thing is use float array for better tool compatibility. But they told me, I think Gemini itself told me that this was bad because it's going to be extremely wasteful. Configure the DB engine, okay? So we have this embedding here. So I'm going to start asking my follow-up questions. And I'm just going to understand this. This is just getting me more and more like okay. I thought you told me that using float was a bad idea because it didn't match the actual type. Okay, number 2. In the on model creating, you have me put the embedding one, but I never did anything for the description. Okay. Okay. So now, embedding, is that the same that we see here? Okay, yes, but the capitalization is different. Also, the capitalization of embedding is different. Oh, it did do description. Oh, okay. I didn't even see that. I don't know. I'm so exhausted of this. Can you... Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted, actually. Has column name, description is required. I don't know. I don't think about this one. Oops. This is what it tells me to do, so I'm just doing it. Okay. And then these ones here. Design time package. Okay. It's missing or mismatched. This, like, doesn't work. Okay. This doesn't work. So if 5 fails, because it will, we do this. So we're gonna have to manually do stuff in, because apparently I'm not good enough to be able to solve this issue. So I don't know. It's fine. It's whatever. What is this and why is it required? Best practice is because it provides specific math operations like cosine similarity directly in C#. However, we've hit a wall. Migration tool has a known handshake issue where it fails to load specific PG vector design at design time. The reality in Postgres, a vector is literally just an array that floats under the hood. The compromise: by using float in C#, we bypass the ridiculous migration error. We still tell the database to use vector type, so get all performance benefits of PG vector. It converts everything to lowercase. Okay. How many tokens do we have? 46. Okay, so I am trying to add vectorization to my project. This means that I want to be able to interact with ads which have a description and a vectorization of them, of the description. Okay. I attempted to add PG vector to my project, and I added 2 fields in my what? In my add class. Okay. Now when I go to query for an add from my front end, I am not getting either add, getting the add. Another problem which might be causing this is that my current SQL Postgres database for ads does not contain those two new fields. I attempted to do, what's the thing that I attempted to do? Where is it? But every time I attempted to do a migration, it failed. Fix these issues and make it where I can query and add. Okay. No need to implement the logic. I'll just say this. I don't know. I'm just so tired of this. I'm so tired of this. Yes. And then it fails. Yep, there we go. That's that. Okay. So it did that as well anyways. That's fine. I don't care at this point. Okay, whatever. Yep. Still gets the error though. What's it doing? Okay, there we go. Oh my, okay. Okay. Allow, sure. Allow. got more errors. Allow. Allow. Interesting. Okay. Update. Node name. Huh? Red app.settings. Awesome. That's where my Postgres lives. Okay. So campaign okay. Sure. It likes to do a lot of commits. Let's see. Sure. Oh, hold on a second. Did I have Postgres running? Let's see. How do I verify that my Postgres DB is actually running? And then I'm gonna come in here, look at this one, and I see. So copy this and put that there, because I remember I turned off my computer. So actually, this might be a problem. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here and do a new terminal here, and then do this. Okay, and we'll see what's going on. Oh, but that is for Docker, so actually it shouldn't matter. Never mind. Never mind. Oh wait, but I do see it up there. So I don't know what this means. Up and running, however. Does not contain. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Vector is not available. Okay. AppDB context, it changed something there. Image requiring. Okay. See if this fails again. So it failed again. Well, that's interesting. Where are we at now? Okay, interesting. Let's see if we fail this time. Yep. What did it just do to get that? Postgres here, okay. I have no idea I have zero idea what's going on right now. So do we just delete our database? Uh-oh. I might have just messed everything up if I just cleared out my entire database. Okay. Well, I don't know. Well, okay. Hello. Hi. What's up? Utility hoppers and mocks. What is this? Okay. I don't know. It doesn't work. Sure, it's at this point we're too far gone. Well, okay. Interesting. Oh, is it updating my front end? Mm, okay. it's changing things to bit selector again. I don't like that. Because it was just up, right? Oh my goodness, look at all the stuff it changed. And I don't know a single thing that's going on right now. Like, at all. I have no idea. It's a wonderful position to be in. I didn't think it was going to be this hard, honestly. I thought that we were just going to be able to add add a vector to our. Oh my goodness, this is significantly worse than I thought. This is significantly more difficult than I had imagined at the beginning of today. Okay. Okay. Looks like it is either. Oh, which path do I want it to take? No, 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 I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so lost. I've updated the migration to be applied it successfully to the local Postgres and wired descriptions into the bid response from the front end shows them. The next step was seeding a few ad descriptions and verifying the front end renders ads with descriptions, and the bid engine returns valid bids. What I changed. Made the entity framework. Okay, so first off, what I want to see is if I come here, I go new terminal, okay, and then I do docker compose up, okay. If I do this, then I come here, okay. Okay, so I am seeing the ads again. Okay, interesting. Perhaps we fixed it. Okay. I made entity framework migration so it won't fail when tables already exist. Okay, replaced table creates with safe SQL the add persist add embedding as JSON. So apparently we are going to keep all of this. Okay. And then what we are going to do is we are going to come here, get add all, okay, get commit, let me see get status, okay, commit like this, Copilot was able to successfully implement a database migration to incorporate a PG vector with my previous Postgres database. Then let's see, git push origin and feature. Which branch am I on? semantic feature search. Okay. Now that means that my GitHub should have reflected that. Let me see, make sure that things are. We are not on main. We want semantic search here. Okay. 1 minute ago. Okay, so we did do this. Now, what I want to do actually is, all right, I can't. So, anyways, so made an EF, I don't know what idiopent, so it won't fail when tables already exist. Alter table adds, add column if not already exists. Okay, persist add embeddings as JSON. So PG vector is optional in dev. Added a value comparator for float. Avoid EF change tracking warnings. Can show add descriptors. Choose native. If you want full PG vector support for k-nearest neighbors, use a Postgres image. Okay. Create a full markdown file in my docs troubleshooting folder for what you just did. Make the document as a guide to explain the concepts in a way that a junior software engineer can understand. Your goal with this is to teach the with this document is to teach the software engineer the concepts which were performed and get them up to speed on what? So they can continue developing. Okay. Let's see if it does this. So we're still at 48. All right. Okay. It's working on it. It's troubleshooting right there. All right, added 100 lines. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to come here and I want to copy and paste this, but I can't actually do it the entire thing. Okay, copy this, and now I'm going to come to Gemini, and I am going to say from Agentic Copilot. Okay. I have no idea what was done. Okay. So this is the markdown file that it created. Okay. So we're probably going to have to go through this to understand things. Okay. Finished a plumbing and electrical upgrade here. Since technical jargon can be overwhelming, let's break down exactly what happened in plain English. The other thing that I'm thinking about is like, okay, well, it went and it ran at 1,000 miles per hour, right? And oh, I actually put this into the wrong Gemini. Hold up. Copy this. We are here. Okay. There. Whoops. A success report, it means the agent went in and manually performed the heavy lifting that the migration tool was struggling with. Here, the human readable version of what happened and why it's actually great news for your project. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it works. I don't know why it works, which is a very scary thing in software engineering or engineering in general. Is if something works and you don't know why it works, that's uncomfortable to say the least. Um, and I also don't know. Okay, it works. How do I move forward with this? Right? Because from my head, I was thinking I just add two columns to my SQL. But obviously, this is. But now I'm going to have to. I need to create new requests, right? And they're going to have some kind of vectoring, and I need to try to get the semantic search to be able to deal with that. Okay. So the agent realized your database already had tables but wasn't perfectly in sync with your C# code. What it did, it wrote a smart SQL script that says add the description column only if it doesn't exist and add the embedding column only if it doesn't exist. Why it matters. This fixed the ridiculous migration thing. By the way, the reason it's saying ridiculous migration thing is because in the last video I just said I want to get I how did I say it? I want to stop worrying about this ridiculous migration thing. Can I just do it manually? That's what I said. And now it caught on to that word. Ridiculous migration thing. Yeah. Because it doesn't crash if it sees half finished work. It just cleans up the mess. JSON-B, the workaround, the compatibility choice. This is the most important change. Instead of fighting the vector type, which requires that specific Docker image we discussed, okay, the agent used JSON-B. What is JSON-B? It is a binary JSON form. It stores your list of numbers as a flexible blob. Why do this? It works on any Postgres version, even if your current Postgres 15. You don't have to change your Docker image to get the app to run right now. Okay, the value comparator. Since a list of numbers is a complex object, the agent added a small helper to tell Entity Framework how to check if those numbers have changed. No, if those numbers have changed. And when to save them. Okay, the wiring and end-to-end. The agent didn't just fix the database, it finished the feature. When a bid is picked, the add's new description is now correctly attaching the response seeding. It puts some fake data embedding description into your database so you can actually see the result from your browser immediately. With my original goal, which I actually described to you about creating okay, and I'll go all the way up. Okay. How do you suggest I now move forward in my project? Please, or give a very detailed road map that a junior software engineer can follow. Am I allowed to do this? Okay. Good. I think as long as you, well, not as long as you want, but, you know, within 5 minutes. Okay. So while it's doing that, I am going to look at this. So troubleshooting guide, adding, okay, so git add git commit ask Copilot to provide troubleshooting document for me to read and understand / investigate to deepen my conceptual knowledge of the events which I was attempting to do with adding PG vector to my database and what? Okay. I'm actually curious if this will origin and feature. Okay. I'm actually kind of curious if this will pass the unit tests, right? So what I want to do is on the one that I'm logged in, I want to go in and let's see, GitHub Actions here, December 20th, okay. I don't know if it will. Do I need to do a pull request for it to actually trigger something? If I do this, it should trigger, right? Vectorization is needed for semantic search. Okay, actually, what I'm gonna say is, like, okay, sure. .600 lines of code. Okay, so checks should now be running, and we're gonna see if it works. Okay. I saw red, so something failed. Yeah. I mean, this is just awful. This is awful. Well, then why would this fail? go into the troubleshooting one. Oh no, is this more? Oh, I have no idea what I'm doing. How can it be this difficult? And it's already Sunday, so my vacation is almost over. Then I have to go back and be an embedded systems engineer. I don't know. Teach a junior engineer how we added a description and an embedding vector for ads. Why certain issues appear with Entity Framework Core and Postgres. Okay, we wanted each ad to have a description and an embedding, dense vector of floats. Development, Postgres doesn't include PG vector. So we persisted embeddings as JSON for compatibility. We have two main problems. Design time mapping errors from PG vector types when adding migration. .NET EF database update. Failed because tables already existed in the database. Okay. So used float on the model and serialized JSON via an entity framework value converter. Add a value converter to compare float contents for entity framework change tracking. Make the migration video. Okay. PG vector versus JSON-B. PG vector native vector data type supports indexing and k-nearest neighbors fast. Okay, yeah. Requires the PG vector extension in Postgres. Okay. Stores arrays of floats, but offers no vector. Okay. Converts between. Value converter. Value converter. For collection types like float, entity framework uses reference equality by default, leading to change tracking issues of. I have no idea what's going on. I'm so absolutely lost. And now my unit tests don't pass. And I don't know why. And we changed our database. really don't know what to do at this point. I can read this, it's not going to make any sense to me. So we added that. That makes... Okay, fine. Entity framework mapping changes. Use a value converter to serialize float to JSON. So float array to JSON converter is new value converter, okay, to a string, okay. And what do? We do it's equal to null. Otherwise, serialize here, okay. Okay. Look at the specific line. Uses Microsoft Entity, which has a higher version. Oh, this isn't dependency injection. Okay. How to fix build errors. Consolidate my versions. Open up here and make these changes. Update your in-memory provider to match. Okay. Bitengine tests. Package reference. Like this. It's the same thing. So, okay, this one should be memory. Okay, this one right here. And get rid of this. Okay. And then get rid of this. So we already had it, so why was it causing an error? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, 9.2. And this one. Get rid of those weird, ridiculous stars. Okay. And the other one, which is here. Nothing. Get commit changed dependencies to be specific instead of having a card. Get push origin and then feature some why is it not just auto populating? Whatever. It doesn't matter. So we should still be here and see if we get any errors. to match other dependencies. Okay. Now I have to come back and come here and try to see what else is happening. Okay. What are we on for our tokens though? 50%, okay. So, well, it looked like it passed here, but hold on. It passed? Oh, okay. Interesting. My unit tests now pass, but my end-to-end tests fail. Ads is missing. I have absolutely no idea. But if I do Docker compose build, right? Okay. And then Docker compose up. Let it do its thing. Okay. Now, if I come to here and attempt to get an ad, it should show it to me, right? Yeah. So I am getting ads. So I have no idea. I'm completely lost right now. I don't know what we did to change my database. I don't even know the state of my database anymore. I don't know what we did with the migrations. I don't know what we're doing with the vectors. I don't know what Copilot decided to do. I don't know why my end-to-end tests are failing. Okay. I don't know. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave the video off right here because I have no idea where I can even continue. Um, do I have to read through this? But I don't understand what's going on here. The click href typically appears only if the front end successfully fetched an add. If that's missing, the chain is broken. Even if the code is perfect, Bitengine can't return an add if the database is empty. Check. I hate migrations. I hate that word now. I hate that word so much. I hate this word. Check your migrations. I never want to hear that again. I never want to hear this word again. Did you seed the database with campaigns? I don't know. I have no idea. Check Docker logs. And look. Well, it's a little bit less exciting than what I thought here. Can you create a full plan for me to identify the current state of my project? Copilot has done so many tasks and has changed so many lines of code and has also changed the data in my database. I have no idea what state I am in. Okay, the database doesn't lie. Even if your code is messy, the database schema tells you exactly what is going on. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and then come back and try to understand what is happening. Yeah, okay. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe if you want to. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and goodbye.